We are. Okay. This is take
So-
2 because we ran out.
But did it record the last one?
It's okay.
It looks like it.
Oh, it did. It's okay. Well, that's only 3 minutes. We need longer. Okay. So back to the conversation. I don't know how to get
lots
me.
of faces.
Okay.
You can't sit back. That's how you stay in it.
I feel like am I in your space too much?
Well, you don't smell bad, so it's okay.
So close. I'm sorry. My camera window is so small. Okay.
Personal counsel.
Okay. So, at least I'm leaning into your conversation.
Yes. Very engaged.
Oh gosh. Okay, what were we talking about?
Trauma group. I
Trauma
don't
group.
relate to the other ones.
Okay. Why don't you feel like you relate? Just because
I just have a different perspective. I feel like I put myself in other people's shoes a lot more, and they're more like, no, fit in my shoes. I don't need to fit in yours. Kind of.
So you're trying to understand, and they're just trying to be heard, maybe.
Yeah. I've just heard, not helped. You know,
Yeah.
like, I want to be heard, but I have a problem talking. I'm
Why
not
do you have
just-
a problem talking?
Well, the way I was raised. I raised myself. I stayed in my bedroom a lot.
So you're kind of a loner.
Yeah. By choice and by fault. My parents were drug addicts. I had 3 brothers, 2 of which were older, and they didn't want my little sister around, you know. And then I was stuck with my little brother, and he was annoying little shit.
So you're stuck in your room a lot?
Yeah, but that's how I got artistic, creative, but it was very depressing. I tried to commit suicide twice as a kid.
How old were you
As
then?
a kid, you know, it was crazy.
Yeah.
13 and 15.
Wow. Well, that was middle school, right? In
Yeah.
Middle school?
Yeah.
What happened? Did you get help? Did anybody?
No,
No?
surprisingly.
Did you tell anybody?
When my mom walked in on me, I had tried to strangle myself with a belt, with a latch, and I barricaded my door. And she broke in and found me, and she just wanted to blame herself and use more drugs instead of help me. You know, so I ran away a lot and got caught up in boys and bad situations, and then even more things happened to me because of the situations I was getting in. So it just made me more secluded. And I didn't trust anybody, and I didn't reach out to anybody because nobody really listens, you know. They just, you want attention. They're just being dramatic, you know, trying to say I'm depressed, you know, cutting myself at a young age just to feel something, you know, and no help. Like, and even the few people I did open up to, it just came back at me rather than help me.
As in being used against you
Yeah.
of some sort?
Yeah. So, I'm just...
Was that through therapy or through the court?
No, and I remember asking Mom to have therapy, but she just didn't follow through with it. She was fighting her own demons.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's clean now, and we're able to talk about those kind of things. And, I mean, just recently we talked about how I don't have any good memories as a kid. It's just, you know, that's sad. You know, I'm sorry, Ashley. It is what it is. I don't blame you. You know, it just because of those experiences, it makes me who I am now, and I'm trying to fix. You know, that's
How
hard
long
to
has your
open
mom been clean?
Oh, well, she was clean for a long time, 20 years,
Oh.
and then this recent incident with myself brought out skeletons in her closet. She hadn't been clean. We both started using for the same reason. My grandpa passed away.
Did you both have the same drug in common? Not that
Yes.
it matters. I'm just
Yeah.
curious. Yeah.
Meth.
Meth.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So she wasn't clean for 20 years, you found out, or has she just been hiding it?
She
or?
just, I mean, for the last year,
Oh, okay.
she'd been using again.
Okay.
So, and I had no idea. I was doing it myself and hiding it from her. So,
You couldn't tell. You didn't know that she was doing it either.
no, I mean,
You both were high, so you probably didn't notice.
Well, and I stayed away. And you know, when you go around each other, you're paranoid. I don't want her to know that I'm high. So I gotta talk about other things. I have to avoid it. I have to, pay attention to how I'm looking and I'm not looking at her. And I remember trying to open up to her a couple times because I did want help. And opening up to people, it always comes back at me rather than helping me. So
How did it come back at you when you tried to talk to her
she
about
avoided it.
Oh.
I remember kind
Is
of.
that a pattern for her?
Yeah,
Always?
yeah. To not ignore me, but I can't deal with it. Let's talk about my garden, or let's talk about me, and okay. And I'll do that because I'm the understanding person and I care about how she's feeling and what she's going through versus myself.
And you're also always probably craving that attention that you
Especially
didn't get
from my mother.
as a child.
Yeah.
And so you're willing to take whatever she gives you.
Yeah.
It's part of a dysfunctional relationship with parents.
Yes. And I didn't point
It's
blank
common.
told her, like, you just wanted to be my friend.
Yeah.
I needed you to be my mother.
Yeah.
I'm running around with these boys that are 2 times older than me, and you just let it happen.
But it seems like when we grow up with kids of alcoholic parents, adult, have you heard of Alcoa? It's I don't know if they have any groups around here, but it's a group. I'm really interested in starting one. It's adult children of alcoholics, which is the same thing as addicts. But it's just, we're different when you grow up in a family full of dysfunction and drugs and alcohol. And that's one of the dysfunctions is you're always craving that attention from them, and you'll take whatever it is, whether it's negative or positive or whatever.
Just the attention,
Yeah.
I mean, and then you get taught this way of love. This is what love is. This is
Selfish. Yeah.
I remember growing up and, watching my parents fight and throw things at each other and just like, this is love. I don't want it,
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't for the longest time. It wasn't until recently I really allowed myself to fall in love with somebody. It's still scary. Just giving that power to somebody to
hurt you.
Yeah. I've built a wall up for years. It's barricaded, you ain't getting in.
But it sounds like for a while you kind of followed in the same pattern as you were raised, and now you're starting, I don't know how, but you're starting to see that you don't want that life and that love and what you were, and you sound like you're making your own path, like letting this boyfriend in.
Breaking the cycle. I don't want this for my children.
Yeah, you're here after getting in trouble for the mess and stuff. And you sound like from groups, from trauma class and the group, it sounds like you're trying to raise your son differently
Yes.
than what you were raised.
Yes.
So that's good.
And so far I do. He gets more than enough affection from me. If anything, he's going to be sensitive.
Yeah.
But
I
I'd
hear
rather
that.
him have too many feelings than not being able to express any of them.
And I'm sure you'll remind yourself that he needs a mother and not a friend, like
Oh yeah,
how you were
and
raised.
yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can be too hard on him. But that's me struggling in life and being a single mother. Just
Yeah. Because we have to do
expecting
everything.
so much from
Yeah.
him, and he's only 7, so
Yeah.
I have to remind myself to be a kid with him.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry that you have not had any luck with therapy or with just getting help at all, because that's just awful when you don't ever feel heard, and loved.
I had tried calling Fort County before, twice.
And what happened?
I didn't get a call back. So
They're busy. I mean,
and I get that now
Yeah.
being in here, but
maybe you have to bug them.
I don't do that. They don't have time for me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right.
When did you try? Well, now you're in therapy, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's what's important.
Yes.
Now you're here.
But it took rock bottom, and
Was it you getting in trouble, or you just kept
Yeah.
calling and calling?
Getting in trouble. And then they put me in classes, which I was thankful for. I told them, I need help.
Mhm.
It's not just for addiction.
Mhm.
That was just my self-medicate.
Right, for the things that you've been through.
Yeah.
Remind me again what happened, how you got in trouble?
Well, it's funny. I mean, how I actually got in trouble was at a friend's house. I was there to do a quote on a wall mural.
Mhm.
I wasn't even aware of anything that was
'Cause of your painting?
there. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I knew that he had smoked pot, and
Mhm.
I've seen him out smoking pot before, but it's never really been around like
Mhm.
me. And if I ever stopped by with my kids, that was what was important, and
Mhm.
nothing was ever brought to light, I guess.
Mhm.
So I was about to leave. My kids were playing in the yard, and he told me everything he wanted on the wall. He wanted Budweiser, Pinup Girl on Clydesdale. He was wanting it in his garage, and man cave.
Mhm.
And me being the artist, I was like, okay. So I was gonna go graph it out at my friend's house and do laundry.
Mhm.
And as I'm leaving, cops come in
To his house?
the garage.
Oh.
I mean, I wasn't worried. I
Mhm.
mean, I had nothing on me. He was cutting up wood
Mhm.
for framing,
Mhm.
so nothing was going on. So I
Right.
complied. I was talking with them, and there was a bunch of things found hidden in his garage.
While you're there, they're finding all this stuff?
Yeah.
And your kids are there too?
Yeah.
You only have one child,
I
right?
had two.
Oh, you have two?
Yeah. I have a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Oh, okay.
And they were outside playing with his dog. And yeah, there was paraphernalia, drugs,
Paraphernalia for meth and weed?
meth, weed, narcotics. I guess I don't know. I didn't see anything that they found
Mhm.
either, which was kind of odd. I don't know. Not that I
They
needed
must have
to.
been watching them or something, because of how they show up.
An anonymous neighbor called, said that there was marijuana smoke coming from the
Oh.
garage.
Okay.
He
Who
wasn't
knows?
smoking.
It could have
so-
right before you got there.
Right,
Always when you're
or
not
just
there.
a random call for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So
So
that's
did
how
you
that
go to
happened.
jail that day?
Yes, and it was because of what was found, and I was on the property.
So you got like common nuisance or something?
I got charged with everything,
Oh, wow.
and it got put in the paper.
Did he claim that it was all his?
I'm not sure,
Okay.
but he said I had no idea of anything that was going on.
And you still got charged with everything?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they haven't
Yeah.
dropped anything?
No.
So did your kids get taken away that day?
Yeah.
Where'd they go? Foster care?
Yep.
How long were they there?
They were there for 2 days, and they were in separate homes. That was hard.
Yeah. What did they say? Have you talked to your kids about that?
I mean, my son knows
Mm-hmm.
kind of what was going on. I mean, my drug use was never around, and I only ever did that when I didn't have my kids. I made sure of that, so.
What was it like when you were getting in the how did that happen? Like when you get in the cop car and did they call CPS at that moment to come get them?
There was CPS there, and then she cornered me and kind of intimidated me.
CPS did?
Yeah.
Why?
She wanted me to talk. She wanted me to confess all these things. I told her I had, tried it a couple times in the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that I had been using daily for the last 6 months.
How does she know? You just met her, right?
Right. And she just said I said that.
Oh.
So, because she's like, don't lie to me. I know this. I've seen this stuff before. When's the last time you used? And I told her I used the rest of my stuff last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I got rid of everything. I was done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anybody that knew my problem knew I was done.
Mm-hmm.
And they supported that decision. So I was on the road to recovery, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is just ensuring that I stay clean. I was just, it got to the point where it wasn't doing anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I needed it more than it was helping, like
Yeah.
it was not fun anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't know how to, like,
Start quitting? Or?
yeah, I broke everything, got rid of everything, and my contacts, I told them,
That's a
no
hard
longer.
lesson learned, is knowing whose house you're going to from now on. And where did you meet him
Yeah.
at? Did you meet him at work or at the bar?
Well, he's a family friend. He's friends with
Oh.
my brothers, and at the
And
bar.
he knew that you were trying to change, and he still had all that stuff in the house.
Yeah,
Garage.
but I mean, I didn't see any of it,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't have thought it would be in his garage, because I never went in his house.
Now you'll have to definitely be careful on who you hang out with.
One reason I don't trust people, just
Yeah. Once you start meeting new people who don't use, you'll get that trust back. And
right.
I mean, it might be a lifelong process to learn how to trust people, but you should be able to have friends where they're not going to have drugs hidden in the garage, and
Right.
you feel safe with your children being there.
Yeah, that was the hardest part. I mean, the cops were really nice, letting me tend to my kids, put them in the car, and
What did you tell
hang
them
on
that
to
you were
them.
doing? Did you?
What, like,
At that moment when you were putting them in the car, I mean, were they like, Mom, what's going on? What's
I
going
mean, yeah, and said, I'm not really sure what's going on, but we have to do what they say, and we're just gonna take a ride and go talk to some people.
on?
And when we were,
It's okay. Only reason I'm asking is that way you can talk about this and deal with it, and it doesn't become this big thing inside,
I have a tendency to do that,
Yeah, you don't want to do that, because then it comes out in unhealthy ways.
like drugs.
Yeah, or just lashing out. I mean, one of these days you could be like intermittent explosive, and so you.
The hardest part was when we were at the jail and trying to figure out placement.
Oh, they took him to the jail with you?
Yeah, yeah.
I guess I've
Because
never.
they had to find places for the kids to go.
Oh. they-
Everyone was dirty. All my friends, they all smoked pot at least.
Yeah. Oh, and your parents.
My
So
parents,
you didn't have anywhere.
that's how I found out my mom was dirty.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, cool, you can't come save my kids either, just like you get
Did
and
she
save
tell you that
me.
or something? I can't run high. How'd you?
No. DCS told me. Well,
Oh.
she said, Ashley, I can't tell you what she was dirty for. All I could say is if it was only marijuana, she'd be okay.
Oh.
So, and
That
she had been
sucks.
camping for 2 weeks, so obviously what I was going through wasn't important.
Yeah.
So,
So you felt all alone then, had no one to.
yeah, and if anyone in the world knew what I was going through, it would be my mother. I went to foster care for 2 months.
Mhm.
They got busted in that big meth bust.
Mhm.
So, like,
And then your brothers couldn't come get the kids either. 'Cause
no. I mean, my oldest brother, he's clean and he tried, but he's kind of separated from the rest of us because he's kind of got his head on right a little more so,
Mhm.
and he tries to keep that distance. Not that he's, not caring. He's protecting his own family.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he tried, but my daughter's father, he only smoked pot, so he cleaned out and got right so he could take both of my kids.
Okay.
He's not the father of my son, but he helped raise him.
Mhm.
The father of my son came up, but there's no bond between Caden and him,
Mhm.
so Caden's really worried. I don't want to go with my dad. Like, he's only went and seen him like twice
Mhm.
his whole life, so he's like, don't make me do that. I don't.
So they didn't go to foster care. They went with him.
They went to foster care for 2 days
Okay.
because Brandon, my daughter's father, didn't want to do everything that they were saying. They were trying to intimidate him and make him do, and he knew he was dirty because he smokes, so yeah. But after that 2 days, he came in and did what he was supposed to. He was a little upset about it, everything that he had to go through, even though he wasn't guilty,
Mhm.
but
He didn't get mad and try to take the kids from you, full custody and stuff.
no, he knew it. I was honest with him, and he knew what I was battling, and he knew, I was going to do it, whatever it took to get my kids back, and he never held that against me.
That's good.
We had a couple arguments, he's thrown that at me,
Mhm.
but I know it's just anger. It's just, he's hurt, so I'm just let him say what he's got to, and he apologizes the next day. That's what he does.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, here we go.
Mhm.
Just say it all now so we can get this over with, you know.
Mhm.
I don't retaliate. I don't come back with name calling and degrading and putting someone down.
Mhm.
I know what it feels like. I'm not trying to hurt somebody.
Are you, have you been suicidal since all this happened? Or-
Since I had my kids, no.
But after it happened, you were in jail or something?
I mean, I haven't been suicide. I don't.
Oh, you mean since you gave birth? I
Yes,
didn't know. I
like-
thought you meant since you got him back.
No, like since, I mean, I remember praying for my son. I needed that unconditional love that I didn't have.
Mhm.
And he's my gift from God.
Do you, have you had a mental health evaluation?
Not yet.
Okay. Do you want to
I
get
asked,
one for
I've asked
depression and stuff?
every time I come in here.
Okay, and you haven't had one yet?
Nope.
Okay. I'm just wondering
I'm
if.
sure they're busy, but come on now.
Yeah. But that's something that you would like to have done.
Yes.
To test for
Yeah, 'cause
depression.
I'm not balanced.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good
I
idea.
know I need something. Just like Sunday, I couldn't stop crying.
Yeah.
There was no pinpoint reason
Mhm.
other than life,
Yeah.
which everyone deals with, but I couldn't stop crying over it. Like,
Yeah.
not like bawling, but
Yeah.
tearing up. And
If you're depressed more days than not out of the week, then yeah,
yeah.
there's signs of depression.
So, I mean,
We will get that.
yesterday I didn't even want to get out of bed. I just didn't want to get up. I didn't
Yeah.
want to do anything. I was so exhausted from being
Emotional.
sad
Yeah.
the day before.
It wears you out, the emotional.
Yes, your whole
Physically,
body
yeah.
is.
Yeah, that's what depression does.
I hate it.
Yeah. We will, I'm sorry you haven't felt like you've been heard, but we will look into that and we'll get you tested so you can get on maybe antidepressants or something that'll help.
I'm wrote my diary from high school. I found that, and I had tried depression pills from my doctor, but he didn't really talk to me to really understand what was going on in my head before he prescribed me something. I don't even remember what it was. I'm sure it was generic and
Could have been anything.
and-
Zoloft,
anything.
Prozac.
It was.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what it was called. It was probably something cheap, but I tried that for like a month. I don't know.
There's a lot of different ones with a lot of different side effects.
Right, and that's why I
So
want
you
like
may have to go-
evaluated, and I want
Yeah, that's what a
checked up
therapist
on
is
and
for.
right.
Even if you get it from your doctor, because a lot of people do get it from their physical doctor or their health doctor, then you follow up with the therapist and to see how the side effects are going, if you
Right.
like it, if you don't. They're supposed to work together like that.
I mean, I have problems with feeling tired. I mean, I could sleep a solid 8 hours, and I'm still gonna be tired.
I imagine because speed was your drug of choice.
Yeah.
So your
'cause I'm
body's probably
always well, I mean, that
playing
was
catch
before
up.
that. I remember going to the doctor and getting blood drawn and all kinds of stuff to figure out why. Because I would sleep in school. I'd sleep right after school. I
That
would
could
sleep all
also
night,
be a
and
sign
then,
of depression or anxiety.
yeah, I feel like it
Or things that you've
is.
been through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't feel nothing if you're sleeping.
Right. It's true.
You know. But I don't want to be asleep, you know.
Right.
I
You
wanna-
can't sleep. You got life.
Yes. I mean, I want to love life. I like it right now. Most time.
So, what have you been doing? You started to say writing. What have you been doing to deal with the depression until you can get a health evaluation? If it's medicine, what can you do? What have you been doing, I guess, to deal with it? You said writing, journaling.
No, yeah, I've been trying that, but it's having the energy, the motivation to do that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like I was sitting in the parking lot after paying bills, and I realized I had to pay twice as much as what I planned, so therefore now I'm broke.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in the parking lot for like 15 minutes, and I didn't want to start driving feeling I wasn't in my right head, you know, and I wanted to get out of that moment, out of that feeling, but yet I felt like this is justified. I'm allowed to feel this way. But then I get so wrapped up in feeling that way that I can't get out of it. And if my kids weren't in the car, you know, just talking to me, Mommy, why are you crying? Alright, they're watching it right now, so I gotta saw and just get through this day. At least get home where I continue to be sad.
Yeah.
But that's not fair to them either, because then they're feeling inadequate or they're not doing their part. And
Yeah. Or mommy's always stressed out or something.
you know, and my son did my dishes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna get you some help because I think you are depressed and I think you need medication for antidepressants.
Yeah.
But
And for the
just
longest
know
time, I was scared of that. Even.
they're not addicting, and a lot of people need them to make your chemicals back in check. So
That's where. Cause
Yeah.
it was just like, I mean, Sunday had no really
It's not
big
narcotics
reason.
either.
Right.
So, but it could take 3 to 6 weeks to kick in.
Right.
You'll have to
That's
keep
what
an
I
eye on the side
did.
effects because some of them are bad dreams, sweats. You may not like that, so you have to try something else. You could try 3 different medicines, but don't give up on it before you find something.
Okay.
In the meantime, you got yourself out of that situation where you wanted to get out of the car because you talked yourself into saying, hey, my kids are watching me, life sucks, I feel depressed, I'm broke, but I need to go on with my day. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because you're not letting your feelings, you're trying not to let your feelings control your day.
Trying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like I had work to get done. You know, photographer also. And it's like I had pictures to edit, but it's like
You just didn't have any.
I didn't feel happy about it, and I don't want to edit pictures and not feel good about what I'm doing. You know,
Yeah,
like it
not be
just
in the
doesn't
right
come
frame
out
of
the
mind.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's starting to hinder my.
Work.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. I don't know.
That's another sign of depression is when it starts affecting your work life and your.
Luckily, my boss is pretty understanding of my situation because but he keeps it real with me. You know, anybody else, any other regular job would have fired you already, Ashley. You know, and sometimes I need that realization. Like,
Reality check.
Yes, but then it makes me feel worse later. Like, why can't I just get my shit together? Like,
Because you've been through a lot. You're depressed, you know. I mean, not to justify it, but you have every right to be because you were raised by addicts.
Yeah,
That's a lonely, depressing life.
and I'm still struggling with that. you
Yeah,
know.
I imagined. Because you're going through things and you don't have parents to help you go through it.
And I finally broke through with my mom, you know, telling her what I was battling with and how hurt I was and with the whole situation. And when I found out, and I just
What'd she say? Is she sober when you had this conversation?
no, we were drinking. But that's the only time things come out. I mean, we weren't fighting or nothing, but we always get in like crying fits kind of thing.
But then does anything change though afterwards?
But I wait and see. My motto is words mean nothing if your actions don't follow.
Right.
So I said my words. But
Is that the only time where you feel like she opens up is when you guys are drinking?
yes, because my brothers, how we were raised, we were not raised to be adults. We were not raised to do things for ourselves. We were raised to be content, happy. I'll just give you what you want, what you need, so that you leave me alone, kind of thing. So two of my brothers live with my mom and all their kids.
I remember you telling me that.
So, and I have a sore spot with that because they're grown men,
Yeah.
and I make the comment that she's still breastfeeding them. Mom, if you get your tit out of their mouth, maybe they'll learn how to be a man. You know, it's pretty harsh and kind of mean, but that's just how I see it. You're still babying them.
Do you ever feel like you have to take care of her? Are you
Yeah.
the parent?
She asked me to be her backbone. You know,
She does
Ashley,
now? Or
Yeah, recently. Like, I'm gonna need you to be my backbone. You know, I'm like,
have you ever been like, I'm not your mother, I'm the child?
I had said this. Where were you when I needed you to be my backbone? You know.
And what'd she
But
say?
that, I mean, she feels bad, but then I eat my words, and I'm back to being her backbone. And can't do it really.
You'll learn how to. It sounds like maybe we can work on setting boundaries.
Oh yeah, I don't put myself in their problems. I got my own. You
Yeah.
know, I'll give you my advice, what you need to do, but it's up to you to listen to me.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna do what you want anyway.
Right, and she may never be that mother
She's an enabler.
that you're looking for.
She's not.
Yeah.
actually.
So once you, yeah.
This whole thing, it made me realize I have to learn to live without my mother. I gotta stop wanting her attention. I gotta stop wanting her affection.
Wanting her to be the mother that you're expecting.
Yeah.
Because
it's,
she is your mother, but she's not what you want, what you expect
yeah.
your whole life.
We don't have the power to change people.
Right.
So we have to just change ourselves and how we deal with those things.
How you respond to it.
Yeah. And I feel like that's what defines us.
I'm just looking at the
So.
time. We're good. What time is it? Well, we have group at 10 o'clock, don't we?
Yep.
I'm just letting the camera know that we have women's trauma group at 10. I can't see you.
You know that group that I love so much.
Let's talk about that real quick. So, what's interesting though is that I remember you telling me you didn't like groups, and now you're thrown into NA, the women's trauma. So you're kind of being desensitized to your anxiety
Right.
issues, right? With these groups. But what
It's
you're
a
also
process.
learning, yeah.
Yeah.
What you're also learning, I guess, is my pastor always says, because every time I church hunt, because I don't know, I'm looking for other churches, but when I do, I feel like he says, just pick out the meat and throw out the bones. So every time I'm in a situation where I, like, say for group, and there's a bunch of people running their mouths and you just don't agree with what they're saying, I always try to, I don't know if you believe in God or if there's a spiritual side. I haven't asked you that,
I'm on
huh?
the fence with that.
Okay. All right.
I was
Well,
baptized. I was,
you were baptized?
yeah.
Okay, when?
Mm.
How old were you?
It was 2010.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just 8 years ago?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was right before I had Caden.
Okay.
But I don't know what I believe in stars.
Okay. I'm not telling you the story to get you to believe.
Oh, I know.
I'm just
and
an
I
example.
don't get offended. I mean, I
Okay.
know there's a higher power.
Okay.
So.
Well, I guess the point is I tried to find something out of it. What am I getting out of this group? What can I learn from these people who
Well,
have
I mean,
nothing in common with me or
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, what can I teach them?
yeah. There you go, because you like to help people.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. Like, it's just funny when they want to talk about their anxiety. Like, oh, when I get like this, I just do this and this. And I'm just like, you're giving me anxiety right now.
Just listening to
Just
you.
listening to you babble about this crap. Yeah. And
Do you ever say those things?
I don't like to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah, you're probably worried about that. But the good thing about group, if it's a real therapeutic group, is what I like about it, is you have so many different opinions, and there's so many different things going on that you guys all can learn from each other. But I like to encourage people to speak up, not to hurt people's feelings, but to be honest.
And I do. I mean, there's start from like my situation's not like that at all.
Mhm.
I've said that a couple times.
Yeah,
And
I'm glad you
expressed-
have. Because
Kathy
then
loves
they know.
it too. Like
Yeah.
she's even said stuff to me on like the one-on-one. You know, I really liked what you had to say in group, and
Yeah.
I.
Because some
I
people need a
filter, but I
reality
don't
check, like
hold
you
back.
said you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because so many people are going to tell you what you want to hear,
Mhm.
but sometimes it's what you need to hear that changes you.
Yeah, and the thing about group is it's so close to real life and so close to your immediate family, because there could be somebody in group who reminds you of your mom or your sister or your dad or your brothers. Yeah, so you're learning, and each one of you are learning how to deal with this circle of people
Yeah.
and their lives. It's just learning how to deal with people, period.
I mean, I can get along with anyone, but that doesn't mean I like you.
Yeah.
It's
true.
So I mean, it's, I don't know. Really, I really like Gail.
Mhm.
I met her in jail,
Yeah. I remember you saying that in
and
group.
like she helped me so much,
Mhm.
just because she told me her story. She told me her,
Mhm.
flaws and what she did about that and how she felt, and I'm just like, I
Is
could
she the
relate
older
to that.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. She's kind of like a mother hen. Huh.
Yeah. I mean, she's 60 and still getting in trouble, but
Yeah.
she's finally at the point. So it's just like I could relate, and
Mhm.
she's got a lot of wisdom. Whereas the other ones are stubborn and they think they know what to do, and it's like,
Young. Yeah.
not trying to judge.
Mhm.
Being Virgo is kind of what I do.
Yeah. Analyze everything and everybody.
Yes.
I'm a Virgo too.
I know. That's probably why we get along.
Have you ever heard though that two Virgos should never marry each other? Like,
Really?
Yeah. Those are horoscopes. I don't know that I believe in them. I'm just
I
saying.
do.
Do you?
My boyfriend's a Virgo.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. Did I read that?
Must have been something else.
Oops. Open mouth, insert foot. No.
No, he's
That's
older,
funny.
so he's
Well, you can understand each other.
yeah.
If you know.
And
Yeah.
he doesn't belittle me or talk down to me or talk to me like he's
Mhm.
older.
Yeah, that's good. He
But
treats you like an eagle.
Yeah, but
How
he
old
has
is he
so
again?
much. He's 40,
And you're
29.
29? I thought you were 25.
Aww, I knew I liked you.
That's funny. Well, before we end session, I wanted to say that I was thinking about how strong you are, because all this stuff that you've told me, I didn't know all this because we don't really have time to talk about this in group.
And I wouldn't talk about this in group.
That's why I like individual therapy, because it's.
Yeah.
But you are super strong. You don't have a support system, it sounds like,
No.
besides the people that you're meeting now. You don't your parents are not sober. Your kids don't have grandparents from your side of family.
I was the second mother.
Yeah.
My brothers even would call me that. All right, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I kind of had to be.
And you know, there's nothing wrong with recognizing that God or higher power or the stars may be putting people that are older in your life. That could be like a mom replacement.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Just be careful on who you choose to
Mhm.
put in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about anybody. But, I do have my cousin Tara that I can lean on. She's
Mhm.
straightforward. She's clean cut. She's foster mom,
Mm.
you know, and
Cool.
she deals with people like me.
Yeah.
But she's a good person to turn to, especially about my brothers, about my mom, you know,
Mhm.
and what she does with them, and she won't judge them. She doesn't hold anything I say to her against them, which is what I need, because I
Mhm.
still love them. They're my family.
Right. You just
know.
don't love the sin that they're
I just don't
stuck
love
in.
all the
drugs.
crap
Yeah.
that they're.
Hate the sin, not the sinner.
Yeah.
But you are so strong, like, and I just want to say that I'm proud of you for everything that you've told me that you've been through. And well, if you like, we can have another session,
Sure.
because I like talking to you.
I like talking to you.
Our chat session. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. No, but I really am proud of you, and we can work on all these things. The more you talk about things, the easier it'll become for you to trust, and we'll get you a mini health evaluation so you can try antidepressants,
Yes.
and then we'll continue with the groups, recovery coaching,
Yeah.
and then we'll just
All that fun stuff.
yeah, moving right along.
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't really have any homework for you to think about or until the next week, because you have a full day here. You have therapy here, then you see recovery coach too,
Mhm,
right? In
yeah.
the same day, and then you go to group
Yep.
trauma class. So you have a lot going on today
Yes.
in your head.
But I like Tuesdays.
Okay,
I feel like it's a,
you have a lot to think about when you get home.
yeah, and I have a long week, and I can unload on that on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot to take in on Tuesdays, but it's a lot that I
Get out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you're welcome. Well, we got to go to group, and so I will see you next week.
Yes.
We'll do another session.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Doo-doo.